I wanted to specifically talk about Klein, saying that people are like attacking him because based on like some sort of conspiracy where his wife is some sort of evil Israeli colonizer. He complained about it in an Instagram story. I just wanted to respond to that because it's actually very funny. Just see if I can find a screenshot. Like people were saying, it's important to remember that Klein's wife is a literal IDF colonizer who colonized the West Bank and stuff like that. So someone said on Twitter, Klein and his IDF wife, God knows how many war crimes she committed and now lies about it and says she was just a secretary. And attached to this is literally her in the IDF holding up and posing with a weapon and another picture that identifies her as wearing the badge of a corporal in a combat unit. And then his response is, these people do this schizo world-building fanfic where Hila is a Zionist super soldier war criminal. Okay, I just want to correct you there. Real quick. There's no such thing as a Zionist super soldier. Israeli soldiers are legendary for their cowardice, for shitting their pants, for wearing diapers, for specifically seeking out children to fight because they are afraid of actual militants. Okay? So, no. A Zionist war criminal? Absolutely. Super soldier? No. Definitely not. So, it's not a schizo world-building fanfic or whatever. There's literal evidence in the tweet that you're responding to. It's right here. She talked on your podcast about how she went around in a Humvee in the West Bank and like hunted terrorists, as she called them. Like, what are you talking about? And then he says, the lesson is you can say anything you want about an Israeli and get 8,000 likes. Like, what? You're trying to turn this into some social justice thing? It's anti-Israeli discrimination to say that this woman was in a colonizing military and provide evidence of that. Anti-Israeli discrimination. Joining the colonizer terrorist military is a part of my culture and my identity. You're not allowed to say anything mean about that. She was just following orders. She didn't have any choice but to join the Wehrmacht and carry out the Holocaust. What do you expect? Poor little Israeli. It's anti-Israeli discrimination to be against IDF members. That's what they always say. You can't be against IDF members because they're all conscripted or whatever. Here's the thing though. If you choose getting conscripted into a baby killer military rather than just going to jail for 6 months or whatever, that's a choice. That is a choice that you made. You decided that for you personally, it was better to potentially have to go and kill some babies than it was to take an actual stand against that and face some relatively minor personal consequences for it. If Muhammad Ali could say no, you could do it too. Muhammad Ali faced way worse consequences than any of you ever will for it. And then, let alone, she has photos of herself posing with rifles with her friends in the military and stuff. Clearly not there reluctantly at all. Like, give me a break. I need to stop pretending that just because Israel has conscription, it means that you're somehow forced to be a baby killer. It's simply not true at all. You're somehow forced to be a part of the Israeli direct military colonial machine. It's simply not true at all. Plenty of people say no. And yeah, they face consequences, as in they have to spend some time in a cushy Israeli jail. And then after that, fascists might not like them very much for refusing to serve in the military. But if you choose shooting babies or helping people who are shooting babies or enabling that machine that shoots babies over that, then yeah, you're responsible for it, obviously. Like if a Wehrmacht conscript was responsible for being given orders to carry out the Holocaust, then you certainly have no excuse, because the fate of that Wehrmacht conscript, if he said no, was execution. The fate of you is 3 months in a cushy white people prison, and then the worst people in the world won't like you very much, and you can just go and live in the US anyway, like fucking Hila Klein did. They try to present it as some sort of incredibly understandable choice that they are forced into, but it really isn't. If she was in the Israeli military, even in a desk job role, she did it because she was fine with it. She did it because she was okay with it. It's that simple. And it can and should absolutely be used against her, and everyone else has also done it. And you can immediately tell that these people don't even abide by their own logic that, oh, she was just in a desk job. She didn't actually contribute to the killing or anything, which for one, obviously you do. And for two, these people frame even civilian members of the government in Gaza as Hamas members. If you're a bureaucrat in Gaza, they think that you're ripe for the killing. And being a bureaucrat in Gaza isn't even the same as being a bureaucrat for Hamas's military wing as being a bureaucrat for the IDF is. It's more like, being an employee at the Israeli DMV. And they always argue that those people are legitimate targets because they are Hamas. Yet somehow Hila Klein, who claimed that she was just a secretary, though the photo evidence obviously indicates otherwise, and her stories of what she did indicate otherwise as well. Even if we accept that she was only a secretary, she was still an IDF bureaucrat who willingly joined to enable the baby killing, even if she didn't carry it out physically herself. And if there was someone who was in the same situation in Gaza, they would be like, that's a terrorist. We have to kill them. They deserve to die. Stop pretending that you don't understand the problem here. You do. You just don't think there's a problem. You just don't think there's a problem because you just want to legitimize it no matter what. And yeah, she was in raids and patrols and stuff. She's openly said that she was. So the idea that she was just a secretary is obviously absurd. It's ridiculous, the persecution complex these Israeli motherfuckers have. Get out of here. You're not persecuted. You're not discriminated against. People are just pointing out real things that you actually didn't do. Just like it's not anti-German discrimination to be like in 1950 and be like, hey, you were a member of the fucking SS, man. Give me a break.